Sunday. Now, obviously, today I'll just be doing my, or I should say tonight, I'll just be doing my quad work from my second leg session of the week. Like I mentioned in my video yesterday, or my session yesterday, I'm going to be splitting up or segregating my second leg day of the week into two separate sessions, a glute hamstring session and then a quad session, simply just to preserve my performance in my quad exercises. Otherwise, I just find by the time I get through hamstrings and get to quads, I just can't give my quads the full effort that they deserve and the full attention and focus. So yeah, provided that I'm on point with my sleep, this should be sustainable, because even though I don't have like a dedicated rest day now that I'll be training 7 days a week, I am resting a number of days between hitting each body part again, because I'm not doing the same body part 2 days in a row or even every other day. I'm having at least 2 to 3 days space between hitting each body part, even while sustaining a 7 day a week training schedule. So yeah, plan of action, I've got 3 exercises today. I've got the adductors, which I'm about to start. I've already done a warm-up set. Then I've got the leg extensions, and then I've got my main kind of squatting movement for the session. Doing the first 2 before the squatting movement just to pre-exhaust, reduce the amount of load I require to basically get to the proximity of failure that I need to get effective reps in my sets, and also to just help reduce potential wear and tear on my joints. You can subject yourself to less load while still getting effective reps on big squatting movements and big hinging movements and stuff like that. Then you're just going to help reduce the amount of overall, I suppose, trauma your joints receive, or just the sheer magnitude of like force they're subjected to. So I've always found it's effective. As I've gotten a bit older, I've had to learn to train smarter. When you're young, when you're in your late teens, early 20s, even mid-20s, you'll get away with a lot of stupid shit that you won't get away with later on down the track. And so it's really important, I think it's imperative that as you progress and as you continue to lift and become a more seasoned, experienced lifter, that you start to adjust the way you approach your training in a way that's more conducive and sustainable for you long term. Like, I used to be able to eat whatever I wanted. Like, I used to be able to eat Krispy Kremes and Domino's pizzas after almost every training session or before a training session, and I'd be fine. Like, I might get a little bit of an upset stomach if I went overboard with the dairy, but nothing major. But now if I eat anything remotely like that, my body just absolutely spits the dummy. It's not happy, and digestion goes to shit, performance, recovery all go to shit, and my energy levels are just in the gutter. So yeah, moral of the story is, as you get older, as you lift longer and eat like a bodybuilder longer, as in, when I say eat like a bodybuilder, I mean eat the sheer amount of food a lot of the time you have to eat in order to grow and that sort of thing. You just put your body through more, I suppose, like just work, and that's just what leads to your body not really tolerating it much anymore. When you're younger, your digestive tract's a lot fresher, it's a lot more responsive, and then as you get older, it's like anything. You have a brand new car, you can flog it, still goes, whereas if you have a car that's 20 years old, if you flog it, there's going to be a lot of like lights that show up on the dashboard. It's kind of like the body. I'm not trying to say the human body is that crude. It's not as crude as an automobile, but there are similarities that you can draw. There's that analogy is like fitting for that kind of I suppose, a comparison. But enough rambling, time to do the first set. 305 pounds and 12 to 20 reps. Oh, I'm gonna knock that shaker over. Oh. Alright, set number 2. This is actually feeling pretty good, but I'm noticing that things feel just a little bit tighter than usual. Like when I'm doing the exercise, that is. And then I'm almost kind of borderline cramping a little bit. And that's usually just an indicator that your hydration's a little bit out of whack. If you haven't had time off the gym recently, sometimes that can cause it. Say you have a brief break from training, whether it be due to being too busy or too sick, and then you come back, if you train too hard, you can cramp up and get spasms and everything feels a little bit tighter than usual. But you can also get similar symptoms if you go into the session dehydrated a little bit. And I think that's definitely the case for me today. I haven't drank as much water as I usually do. So I think probably just a little bit underhydrated. So yeah, one more set of these though, and then onto leg extensions. Okay, so second quad exercise now. It's leg extensions, but what I'm doing on this is I'm doing rest pause sets. So I've got a rep target of 25. I'm using a weight that's like suitable for 15 to 20 reps. And basically, yeah, I have to hit 25 reps regardless if that requires me to do rest pauses mid-set or not. If the weight's too light, if I hit 25 too easy, then increase the weight. So on that first set, I think I had the settings for the machine slightly off. In fact, actually, it still feels a little bit off. There we go. The shin pad was too far down, so I wasn't able to pull my toes back towards me while I was doing the leg extension. And if I don't pull my toes back, if I can't do that, I feel like my knees aren't as stable. So I like to have the shin pad set to a height where I can still curl my toes back towards myself. So when I am extending my leg, my tibialis anterior is switched on, and then I think that just helps keep the patella in alignment a little bit more. But yeah, see how this set goes in comparison to the first one. So a bit of a weight bump for the third and final set. Those first two are a little bit conservative in my opinion. Could probably barely count them as working sets to be fair. So depending on how this goes, I may even throw in a fourth set just to make up for the shit quality first couple sets. Yeah, I'm going to do a fourth set just to make up for the sheer lack of effort in those first two. Cramp. It's a bit of a different squat pattern today. Don't feel like waiting for the one that I usually do, so.